Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Age Veilguard, where it's been a while since I played. We're gonna look at these. We've gotten stuff, apparently. Red. I feel like we read this one. Yeah. To Rook and Harding. Edelyn said she'd get this to you. I just wanted to thank you both for coming to my aid in Arlathem Forest. I got separated from my crew. Is that the one? No? There we go. The final disposition. The letter stamped with the Mormwatch seal. Peasant Costa's creation will be dealt with. We will remove it once preparations are complete. Flee if it appears in your dreams. Signed with a complicated, impenetrable sigil. Given the capital letter nature of it, I'm gonna assume that's Vorgoth. Peasant Costa's creation will be dealt with. Sick. Flee if it appears in your dreams. Flee where? Oh my goodness. Oh no, but we have codex entries. Let's see, over here. Peerless control. Those judgmental fossils in the Mormwatch claimed what I am about to attempt was mere theory or folly, or whatever easy dismissal rose in their cobweb minds. They've ignored the genius conceit of folding the bond of a construct this size within the motive force of a commanding mage, namely myself. What glorious union! A simple thought, and its arms will swoop away my enemies like scattered sand. A gesture, and luminous beams from its eyes will blast through rock and steel. Note to self: adjust the lantern casing. The eyes aren't working consistently yet. The blithering sods should have given me that doctor when they had the chance. A charred note from Blackthorn Manor. We are getting there on the codex. 71% is very impressive. I think I need to go over here, what people have to say. But yes, because we popped in right at the end of Emmrich's thing. Oh my gosh, yes. Make his final preparations for the rites before returning to the necropolis. This is wild. To encourage him to be a lich. But it makes... I feel at peace knowing that I am a Mormwatch person. And so it makes a lot of sense for me to look at Emmrich and be like, yes, be a lich.
I need to go through my notes later. See what the shadows might find useful.
Need company?
No. But I'd love yours.
Then I'm yours.
Oh my gosh. Dude, we were just talking about this, my friends and I. Like four of us total were on the Discord last night, just typing away for hours. And just about old things and new things, and it was just popping off about Dragon Age, and it was so fun. But we're talking about, at one point, Davrin has a line where he says, "I'm yours," and it's everyone's like, "Oh, it's the sexiest thing ever," you know? And then somebody said that Fenris also says something to that effect, and it's oh my gosh, and I was like, oh my gosh, the elves in this game, you know what I mean? And but then apparently, I don't know if this is call out to that, because Lucanus is from Antiva, like Davrin is. And he's like, I'm yours, then I'm yours. Oh my gosh. I know it's a pretty standard, I'm yours, line, you know, in a romance, but I can't help but draw comparisons, you know? Yes, Emmrich, I will get to you, but only after I've talked to everybody else. You know, I've seen, there's beautiful flowing hair, right? And my Kunari that I've made next is going to have the beautiful flowing hair. And I've put on high graphics, but I don't think my hair is designed to move. I think it's just supposed to stay still like this. And I'm like, oh man, a little bit. It'd be nice to have the full effect, but it's alright. I think it looks really good on her, and I'm very partial to the side shave.
So, you and Tosh, at least... that's what I've heard. Are you waggling your eyebrows at me? Trying to. I read that it's conspiratorial. It's definitely something. And yeah, we're together. Well, Congratulations. You both seem pretty happy about it. Or, well, you seem happy. Tosh seems less annoyed.
I was gonna say, does Tosh seem happy about it? Oh, Davrin has something to say, too. I swear we just had something to say. Wait, does he have something to say that's like a main quest? No, Treviso is next. Okay. Okay. And we should be good. Okay, we should be good with Davrin to speak without triggering anything, unbeknownst to me. Let's see if Tosh has anything to say. Oh, doing the... Oh, no.
Hungry? I'm hungry.
God, their hair is so beautiful. I want that hairstyle so badly. Every game, I'm like, I'm never quite satisfied with the hair, but this is the closest I've ever been to satisfied with the hair in a Dragon Age game. Is this game? Let's see, what is it? What are these? He has like glowing mushrooms with the skulls. This man was made for me. Yeah, and he's filled out the shelves, I think, a little bit more. He's got more of the carvings. This whole time he's had griffin skulls. And I think that's a little odd. Oh, nope, don't like the Nug statue at all. Don't like that at all. In that corner. Oh my goodness. Oh, he carved one of the dragons that we faced. That's so cool, actually. The skulls have changed up. I am really loving the addition of the like plant life too. I'm telling you. Custom made for me. Let's see.
Rook, I had an idea.
Yeah.
I figured it's a good time to check in with Elvin.
Yes.
See how his griffin training is coming along. Want to come with me to Arlethan?
Sounds like a plan.
It'll be good to see those feathery faces again.
Honestly, too, like, I love the fact that Davrin's quests are always like, you want to go on a walk to a pretty place? And I'm like, you want to go outside? And I'm like, yeah. It's so fun. I really love it. Everyone else's tends to be so dramatic, and his is just like, let's go on a picnic. And I'm like, I love this. An outdoorsy man, I can get with that. But first, we need to do Emmrich's quest. Because that is gonna weigh heavily upon me if I don't.
Why is it so cold in here?
Oh, hi!
Oh, hello, Veilguard.
Rook, Vorgoth and I have just finished discussing some preparations for my lichdom.
I shall be with you until the end.
Ooh, that is nice. That's got to be reassuring. Very reassuring.
Classic Veilguard. Is this a bad time?
I've so much to do. Crafting a glamour, for example. After lichdom, I'll need an illusion of my mortal appearance for polite company.
Good call.
I've told Harding about the ritual. I'll inform the others afterwards. Rook, would you accompany me during the final rites as witness to my lichdom?
Of course.
That would truly be my honor.
Thank you. I'm so pleased it'll be another watcher. When you have time, I'll send word to the necropolis.
Also, apparently, like, I knew him and Harding were friends, but, like, this is nice. Like, he's like, I've told Harding already. And he'll tell everybody else after, which does feel a bit like, I mean, it's his right, you know? Like, his right, like, R-I-T-E and also R-I-G-H-T, you know? But, yeah, it's just interesting that he's going to choose to wait to inform everyone. especially because he might die, you know, and so it's like you don't really get a chance to say goodbye. But again, his prerogative on that. Oh my gosh, this is crazy! I get to let my friend become a lich. That's actually, like, what? And he's going to have to craft an appearance, like a mortal appearance, because it's going to like emaciate him. That's crazy. Now I kind of want to let my character who's going to romance him, let him be a lich, and just like see how that goes. Like, that would be so tragic, honestly. Will and Testament. And I am glad that I'm more on watch for this, like, for sure. That, it would be an honor, I think, as just, like, you know, a standard Mournwatch person. Like, I mean, she's, you know, like, not, like, super high in the ranks, but just kind of like a mid-range, I assume, Mournwatcher. And to be able to see the Lich ritual has to be, like, a super high honor, you know? And it really only makes sense for it to be another Mournwatcher. I'm gonna see if we get one last dialogue, or not one last, no jinxing. One more dialogue with Davrin and Emmrich. Apparently not. Emmrich's just contemplating lichdom. This is so fascinating. Like, I haven't dug into it, but I really can't remember any other, like, lich type thing. We have, like, revenants and stuff, but lichdom, I think, is a new thing? At least by that name in Dragon Age, but maybe I'm misremembering. Oh, but apparently we have quests?
Our scrying has revealed more malign spirits.
Okay.
We've traced several disappearances to an unusual possession.
It seeks fear. Cut it down.
I feel like Vorgoth could do all this on his own.
How go your inquiries?
Well, thank you. I've secured my attendance at the Sword of Draken at the Royal Theatre tomorrow night.
I kind of want her outfit. That'd be cool. Oh, the hauntings are in the Hosberg? That makes sense. And that would probably pop me over with, oh yeah, she wanted to follow up with them. It would probably pop me over for the Gray Wardens. It's so fun getting the Mournwatch quest, because that's like my job, right? Is to protect the living and the dead. Like, to protect the line between the living and the dead, essentially, right? So if the dead start to overstep, then I have to take care of it. But if the living overstep, I also have to take care of it, you know? I like it a lot. Anyway, we're gonna do Emmrich's. Oh my gosh. I'm, like, so nervous. He's making his final preparations. Oh, I'm interested to see what his armor will look like. I hope it's good. I haven't really liked his armor.
What's this lichdom rite actually like?
I must pass through the gates and meet the oldest forces in the necropolis. A final appraisal of my soul.
Hail the living! Emmrich Volkarin and his chosen witness. Rook, the young watcher who has vexed the cool elven gods.
I have.
Collect yourselves for the right.
I'm afraid this is as far as you're permitted. If anything should perchance go wrong, what things we've already seen. Thank you for taking me on, Rook.
Oh. I think he's kind of, at this point, like, he wants to, you know, be, you know, he wants to live forever. He wants to be undead forever. But I think he's embraced the fear of living and dying. You know, I don't know how to say it quite right, but, like, I think he has accepted his possible death in this moment, and what fear he has, and I'm sure he still has it, is contained, you know? It's been weird but good.
There's not another necromancer I'd rather have by my side.
Truly?
Truly. Good luck, Emmrich.
Good luck. They wouldn't encourage him if they didn't think he couldn't do it. You know?
I am come to be judged by the dead.
At least they're both in there with him. At least he's not alone. What are you doing out here still? Aren't you supposed to go judge? I'd be sitting on the altar. Wow! So cool!
Emmrich?
You still in there, buddy?
I see so much more clearly now. The deeper eddies of the Fade. The pulse of the necropolis. I have been through blood and darkness, and I have emerged into light.
I wish I had more watch, like specific ones, but this is this sounds like exactly what he wanted.
You look so happy, Emmrich.
I am gifted with an existence few have even dreamed of. All thanks to a friend who helped me find a clear and steady heart.
just jaunting off. Helped an old necromancer to find his legacy. Death becomes him.
Thank you for coming, everyone. Please, bear with me. This will be rather difficult to explain. I may appear the same as always, as I stand before you, but I've recently undergone a ritual that...
I thought you'd have a skull face. Like a skeleton.
It must be his glamour. It's really something, Professor. I can't sense you're a lich at all.
Harding!
Oh, no. Was becoming a lich a secret?
So, the lich stuff is true, and you crossed that line.
I'm curious. Yeah. I'm sure some people will be weirded out. Also, the fact that we're just like spilling Navaran secrets like water is wild, honestly.
That's strictly between Emmrich, myself, and the Morn Watch. And apparently Harding.
I'm really sorry, Emmrich.
I'm not angry. I'm only disappointed.
No. That's worse.
Yes.
Just tell me you'll keep your skin on.
That's not how it...
I should take notes.
You look, why don't we just start from the beginning?
Are you satisfied? Yes, I have entered lichdom, and I am not an abomination, or a demon, or a disconsolate spirit. I have become something more. And yet I am still fully possessed of myself.
So you are a skeleton. Got it.
I wouldn't have helped Emmrich if I didn't trust him to...
Thank you, Rook, but please, allow me. I'd like to think some of us have become friends. I value that more than you might know. But I am changed, and I would never cause you distress by staying where I'm no longer welcomed.
You're no weirder than you were before.
I've seen worse with the Wardens.
You all... Really?
I think you'll be fine.
Okay, now, question time.
I thought he'd tell Ballara maybe. I thought him and Ballara would be buddy pals, but him and Harding got along really well. The rites have succeeded. This was super cool, honestly. I liked it. Emmrich has ascended and become a Lich Lord, one of the immortal guardians of the necropolis. Becoming a Lich has opened Emmrich's senses to the Fade, allowing him to describe wonders and mysteries beyond his wildest dreams. Although he can put on a mortal illusion to not frighten people outside Navarra, the professor always appears in his true form to those he trusts. So every time I talk to him now, he'll probably look like a... This better be right, that he'll look like a skeleton. Ooh, yes. He had the fate of a thought away for a lich. Also, I am kind of surprised they're letting him wander. I think he mentioned something. Maybe I'm like misremembering, but I think he mentioned that he's going to finish this up with us, and then he will be sort of bound to the necropolis, bound to stay there. I think sort of. The liches, I don't know if they can really leave so much, or if they're allowed to. Maybe they could. They're just not allowed to, like by their own rules. All Emmrich's abilities have a necrotic touch, and his presence amplifies any afflictions applied by his companions. Yes! Lich's Vestige. A silken ash stitched into this opposing necromancy set protects any wearer prone to accidental dismemberment or decay. I'm so excited. Yeah, I don't want to look at my skills. That's cool and all, but I need to look at Emmrich's new armor and see if I like it. Ooh, okay, so it is gonna be... Okay. Yes! Oh my gosh, he's hollow! He's hollow. Man's just literally dressed up in the appearance of clothing. He's got the gray wraps on his hands. Oh my gosh. I like this a lot. Well, now it feels like the correct path, right? It doesn't necessarily feel like the other path is the correct one. I do like the Undying Friendship. That was there before the Lich thing. This was, I think, after the last quest we did with him. But yes! Oh my gosh! Ooh, a missive. Okay, let's see. From the Necropolis, dear Rook, thank you again for attending the Professor's ceremony. I am not at liberty to speak of the rites of lichdom, but though you could not enter the final chamber, Emmrich expressed gratitude that you awaited him on the other side of his last breath. While a new world beckons the Professor, I believe he enters it more gladly than had he never met you at all. We look forward to his next visit and your own. Cordially yours, Watcher Myrna, Keeper of the Seals. Thank you, Myrna. Oh, this is so neat. But they stabbed him. Freaking Borgos walked out with a bloody knife, and I was like, oh, he's actually dead. Like, I think they actually had to kill him. I thought maybe his soul would just, leave his body and, come back or something. But no, he mummified. And then, then it brought his soul back or something. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Oh, I'm curious to see what the other route will feel like. Oh. These two again, being flirty, I must go.
We saw Katerina recently. How is she?
The same as always. She's been through too much. She should take some time. But will she listen to me? There's no arguing with her.
If you need a leg to stand on, I've got a spare.
Not even that could save me.
I think Ballara and Emmrich are maybe not bestest palsies, but they're almost more like student teacher kind of. She really, really respects him. Oh, they're outside. Ooh, he's chilling in his lich form.
What a waste. What happened with Hezenkos, I mean?
She could have turned her considerable intellect to the good of Navarra, and now...
No, I mean the giant bone skeleton. That big thing she wanted to become. You go to all that trouble and you make it look like that? I'd give it wings, or more arms, or something.
You put a lot of thought into this, I see.
No, I mean, I never do it. Probably.
You don't have the necromantic acumen, but he looks so cool. I cannot believe we have a friend who's a lich. Like, that's crazy. And I like this because, like, a lot of times lichdom has to be attained by, like, the sacrifice of others, right? Like, you have to, like, blood sacrifice from others in, like, D&D and in, like, this book series I read. You know, a lot of liches, they're bad because they have to do, like, evil dark arts to get to the way they are. This is probably the first time I've encountered, like, a way where, like, the sacrifice to becoming a lich is your own self, like, your own life, but it's also, like, a weighing of your soul, like, you know, is it Anubis that does the weighing of the, like, the soul against the feather? It's not Osiris, but I think it's Anubis. But your soul has to be weighed, you know?
Do you ever think about your calling?
Wardens will claim they don't, but of course we do.
Everything the wardens do for us. And their final reward is just one more sacrifice.
When the time comes, the calling's almost a release. The nightmares and the voices are too much. It's when wardens refuse death that the problems start.
I wish there was something else we could do for them. For you.
We know what we sign up for.
You don't, actually. Traditionally, you don't know the full extent of things when you become a warden. You don't know that's going to give you nightmares. You don't know that you're technically blighted. It's not actually a cure for the blight. And you don't know that you've shortened your lifespan. But to be fair, in a lot of cases, you've actually extended your lifespan because you were going to die anyway, be it by the hangman's noose or by the blight in your blood. So in many ways, being a warden extends people's lives, but like it does, your natural lifespan is shortened, and you're like, yeah, you don't even know that you're drinking darkspawn blood. Like you're technically drinking magical, like magically imbued darkspawn blood. Like they keep it all under wraps on purpose. So no, you don't know what you've signed up for. The calling was even supposed to be a secret, but I think that's been let out of the bag. That cat's been let out of the bag because of just events from like Inquisition and stuff. Let's just do my two favorite dudes. Yeah, do an episode of my two favorite guys, just the boys, you know. And go see what's happening with the. I'm glad. I want to go see what's happening with the griffons. Like I mentioned, I'm pretty sure I mentioned, like earlier, like, you know, when I recorded last, that I hope we can see them again. But. So we're out and about, so he's got his glamour on, but in the lighthouse he will be a lich looking.
Places between.
And it looks so good on him. You wear your bones well. You know, I don't know.
I've wondered, Davrin. Of all our friends, you seemed the least phased when I revealed I'd entered lichdom.
Balara was.
Well, when I took the vow to be a warden, I had to sip darkspawn blood.
That's fascinating.
It's a know-your-enemy thing. Point is, it changed me. Death won't be the same for me as most people. And I accept that. Part of the greater good.
I see. There's nobility in that.
I think lichdom's the same for you.
There is. That's interesting that he draws that parallel, right? Because these are both men who value the greater good. Like Davrin may seem not like laissez-faire about it, but like a little less like talkative about it. But like he really, and like he you know, maybe a little bit soloist in that he like, you know, he wants to become, you know, somebody that history books are written about, or he wants to take part in history. You know what I mean? Like he wants to be a part of that bigger picture thing. You know. Not just living in the past, but like he also like he does it because he wants to help, like he wants to be a force for good in the world, you know. So while Emmrich's greater good is like the Fade and Navarra, you know, Davrin's is like even bigger than that, you know, in some ways, right? You know. So yeah, I mean it's less drastic of a change, but it's not incorrect, you know. And yeah, you do figure it out. Like, wardens know what they've done post drinking the darkspawn blood. They're told what was up, like what happened, you know. So, but again, we're just spilling state secrets, like right and left, for everybody. I know we're all besties and stuff, but like this is how things get out.
It'll
be nice when the griffins get trained up. We'll be able to spot intruders from the air.
No, you guys don't get to use the griffins. These are not for the veil jumpers. The griffins are for Arlathan Forest. You guys...
Your friends left you behind.
Leave them alone.
They abandoned you.
Lucicon is always by my side.
Well, that's unfortunate if he is, because then he's listening in, and you guys are just having a spy in the midst, you know?
The griffons can watch over Hala all by themselves. They'll be able to spot the sick or injured faster than we ever could.
What about driving off poachers?
When the griffons get bigger, they'll be able to take on anything. But for now, they can warn us if they spot hunters.
They're not for the veil jumpers. I know the veil jumpers are kind of like based in Arlathan, but they're for Arlathan Forest. You guys, leave them alone. And, like, why would you take away watching over the Hala from the Dalish? You know, like, that's their job, too. You know, it's not the Griffin's responsibility to just watch the Hala. They have the whole forest to watch. Like, there's people whose whole job is taking care of the Hala. It's, like, a whole respected, like, job within the Dalish clans, you know? Because most of them have herds of Hala. Pull the Aravels. Alright! Ooh, I'm so excited! Got to watch our friend be a lich, and now we get to see how the griffins are doing!
Elder, how's the training going?
That one's so bright!
Just a minute. Poachers are nearby. The Hala are in trouble. Quick, to your positions. Go!
Ooh.
Ever tried gingerwort tea? Heard it's got some kick.
You're joking. Who in their right mind would drink that?
Yeah, who would?
No one I know.
Though I did hear worms are a big hit with griffins.
Worms? Who said that?
Irv Mater. He's a wise old elf I once knew.
Right.
Why am I... What? What was that all about?
Looks like you met your match there, Eldrin.
They know none of this is real. Won't waste the effort.
You need to rouse the raptor in them.
That gives me an idea.
That one is so brightly colored.
Wait, what's happening?
The Hala are in trouble. An unarmed hunters nearby. Attack!
How did you have that?
No.
Got it!
That feels very dangerous. Helped a fearless warden find his new calling. Maybe he can help with that. Like, after all this is done, Davrin can go help with the griffins in Arlathan. That was it, though. I was hoping we get to go have a good time and see the warden or see the griffins like just chilling. There's supposed to be like 12 of them. Alas, that's probably the follow-up one. Oh, I think 10 must be the maxed out. Such a funny day. Oh, wait, it looks like 10 is the maxed out approval for people. Alright. We're getting there then with Emmrich. Honestly, like, I didn't even have to work very hard on most people, and they're all, everybody except for Tosh is above 8. And it's a little weird for Tosh to be so low, because I've honestly, like, Harding and Balara I haven't brought out, like, at all. You know, and their approval is still up almost the same as Davrin and Emmrich. And Lucanus, who I've taken out, like, so much. So that feels a bit like, then it just kind of feels like it's like, oh, so it doesn't really matter, you know? Like, everybody will get along with you no matter what. I don't know, to me it's more interesting if, like, you have a chance to, like as much as I wanted Sarah to like me, a lot of the in Inquisition, a lot of the choices I did, she didn't like. Because I picked a lot of pro-Elven choices, and she doesn't like that. Because she has a lot of trauma, like, growing up as an elf, you know? And yeah, and then Vivian, who I highly respected as an individual, even if I disagreed with her on most things. But I felt like her character was really well written. She never really, like, she never, like, disliked me, I think, but, like, we were not, like, buddies, you know, necessarily. And, like, we didn't agree, like, our characters didn't agree on a lot of things, you know, but it was interesting to have characters that you could have, like, not everybody had to like you, you know? It's like, I go into these and I'm like, oh, I wish everybody would like me, you know, but it's like, I think it's more interesting, even if you're like, no, if there's, like, nuance, you know, but, and maybe I just happen to do everything right, but I really have only seen disapproval coming from, like, big choices, and really only, like, the Warden one, you know, and again, I've meant to say this for a long time, I am incredibly bummed out that they have done absolutely nothing with that character injury thing, right, where, like, I was assuming, like, it would have been cool, like, Nev gets, like, critically injured in the first mission, and I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. Maybe there will be, like, you know, some drawbacks, you know, and you'll have to, like, help or, like, rotate your squad and stuff like that, because, like, you'll have to, like, you know, if somebody gets, like, critically injured during something, you can bring them out, but they might have, like, less effectiveness or something, you know? They've done absolutely nothing with that since then. I was assuming after, like, maybe the big missions, like, the Weishaupt one, you know, and stuff like that, like, whoever you brought with you might have injuries. But, like, I could see how that could maybe get annoying, but, like, also, like, it seemed interesting and intriguing, and now I'm like, oh, okay. I guess not, like, you know, I don't know. Felt like we had some bare bones for something interesting, but alas, I have maxed out the Veil Jumpers before I maxed out the Crows or the Wardens. Dang it. Well, I feel like, what's your name? Harding's quest will be pretty short. Let's just head back to the crossroads. Maybe we'll grab Harding really quick. Oh, this one may be a little short, but I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here, just so we're not cramming too much into one episode. So I think, actually, honestly, next episode I'll probably do Harding and then Tosh, because I'd like to try to open up that Shark's Mouth area in Ravane, and I'd like to get the Lords of Fortune done as soon as possible, so that I can get the Zephyrin on. But thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Really quick, I'm going to cut away and say thank you to my patrons. I want to say thank you to all my patrons, starting out with my Acorn tier patrons. Thank you so much, Fane, for your support, and thank you so much, Leo, for your support. If I say that wrong, I'm so sorry. I want to give an extra special shout out to my Sapling tier patrons. Thank you so much, Reese Galito, for your support. I very much appreciate it, and I still appreciate the blanket. Thank you. And I really want to say thank you to my other supporter, Sebastian James, my old friend. Thank you so much for your support. I very much appreciate you as well. And I want to give an extra special shout out to my Forest tier patrons who have gone above and beyond in their support of me in the channel and who I truly cannot thank enough. So thank you so much, Christopher, as always, for your support. I treasure it a lot. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Nightshade, for joining the crew up there in the forest. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you're enjoying the videos. So thank you all again for joining me and for being on Patreon and watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.